be showing you how to make an automatic animal farm that I learned off Daedalus. You'll need 4 different sorts of machines for this, but you can breed anything and then grind up the babies once they've grown up. Depending on what you're breeding, then depends on what you get. It'd just be like killing them with a sword. So you need to start out with 2 5x5 bases like this. Grass is for sheep, obviously, because when they eat the grass they get their wool back. This is optional, but it's use this for sheep, the grass 5x5 base, if you're going to be using a rancher in the design. You don't need to use the rancher though, that's just optional. That'll shear the sheep and milk the cows, the ones that you're not going to be killing, the breeding ones. So this one for sheep, but if you're just going to straight out just kill them, you're not interested in the shearing and milking the breeding ones, just do a base like this. So you can use any block, it doesn't matter, and then put up walls around the 5x5 bases. In the center you want a 2 drop, just so you can run a power cable down to the center machine, which will separate the babies from the adults. So you run your walls around like this, and they only need to be 1 deep to start off with, but you need to have them 2 deep obviously, or 2 high, just so the mobs can't jump out once they're in here. So start out with it like that, and then once you've got it to this stage, so it should look like this. You should have a runway down the center which is 2 high, just so you can walk in there, and then you should have a hole in this end, 1 hole in the center like that, and then 2 in that end like that. And then what you want to do is you want to put at the end with the single hole in the wall, you want to put a grinder in the actual center of the 5x5 facing this way. It matters which way you face it, like this. So you want the flashing side on, the breeding mobs will be on this side, so you want the flasher facing them. The grinder, obviously you want the blades facing inwards. This machine, I can't remember what it's called. It's that thing, however you pronounce it, Chirotyper or something like that. You want that in the center, and at this end that's the rancher, but that's optional, and this one's the breeder, and if you right click on it you'll be able to put wheat in there, which will obviously breed sheep, carrots for pigs, and I can't remember what for cows. So they all need to be powered, so whatever power source you've got should do it. They don't use a lot of power. I've just set up a ridiculous amount because I'm creative. So you want to run obviously power cable down the center, and this is where the 2 height comes into play, so you can get to the center machine, and then run your power cable around and into the grinder. Now the grinder will, when it grinds up the mobs, it'll put out the stuff out the back here through this hole, and you just put some piping in, or chest, or wherever you want it going. So we've got some wool in there because it grinded up some sheep when I was testing it. On this side, the rancher, if you're going to use the rancher, it's the same principle. It's got the black hole, so put a pipe onto that and run it to wherever you want it, which will put out, the rancher just basically shears the sheep or milks the cows, doesn't actually kill them. So that's why you want grass here, obviously. So I'll put some sheep in here and show you how it works. So if we spawn some sheep, you should notice straight away that they'll get sheared from the rancher, like so, and they'll start breeding instantly, and this little guy will get sucked through to the other side like that. Okay, so the reason you want the babies put into another pen, one, the grinder will only grind up adult mobs, so if you have the grinder where that one is, then it'll grind up all your adult mobs and you'll have nothing for breeding. And second is the breeder all the machines work in a 5x5 area in front of them, so a 5x5 block area. That's why the pens are 5x5. So the rancher and breeder will reach into this pen, but they will not reach into this one, and the grinder obviously will only reach into this pen and not into that one. So that's the basic gist of how it works. And then once these guys grow up, so I'll just give them, you can put a veterinary station in here, which you put these growth hormone syringes in, and you obviously put in this side, and it'll inject the babies with the growth hormone, which will make them instantly grow. So you don't have to wait, and they'll get grinded up straight away. So if we give these guys growth hormone, you'll see once they're adults, they'll get killed off by the grinder, and then the wool will go into here like that. So it's pretty easy. Now the other thing that you get from the grinder off any mob like sheep or that is this green stuff, which is mob essence, which you can use to auto enchant stuff on the auto enchanting table and stuff like that. So that's useful as well. So you just chuck some on the grinder. If you want to take the essence, you'll chuck a waterproof pipe somewhere, run it into some tanks or wherever you're going to run it. If you right click on the grinder, you'll see it's got its own reserve tank anyways. So if you don't have tanks, you can just fill this one up here and then transport it to wherever you want it. With the center machine, you can change it to move adult if you wanted to. It's up to you, but I've got on babies just for this setup. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple to set up. Some of these machines are a bit expensive and it'll take a while to set up, so you can, if you wanted to run a basic setup, all you need to do is run the breeder. Really, that's basically it. Just run the breeder, and then you could come in here with a sword and then just kill off the babies and leave a certain amount of adults. So yeah, like and subscribe if this video helped, and if there's anything else you need help with, let me know and I'll do a video on that too. Alright, see ya.